Hi, this is Rick Storley from New Home Sales Coach. Let's take a look now at the overall realtor strategies. And remember, if you're a builder or a remodeler, you can utilize these. But this is how I would suggest putting together your particular realtor outreach program. What you want to do is focus on a top 10 and a top 100. In other words, you're going to have two lists of realtors. The top 10 is something that either you or your salespeople will conduct a monthly phone conversation or face-to-face communication with your top 10. These are people that you've identified in the marketplace that are doing a high percentage of business in your geographic area and selling the types of homes that you sell. So in other words, if you sell townhomes for 150,000 in the Milwaukee city of Milwaukee, and around the 5 mile radius around your area, there's 6 or 8 or 12 realtors that are just selling a lot of $150,000 townhomes. You want to target those people. So monthly face-to-face or phone communication. You're going to develop more or less a focus group with these 10 people. All right, then monthly online email updates, quarterly on-site events, draw them to your site, and then your top 100 list. Your top 100 list is more or less you're going to do the same things as the top 100, the top 10, less the monthly phone or face-to-face communication. See, the idea is that if I'm a salesperson and you are the sales manager or the owner, you're going to ask your salespeople to contact 2 to 3 realtors a week. It's pretty simple. Over 4 weeks, I've contacted roughly 10 to 12 realtors. So the top 100, they're doing the same thing that they're doing for the top 10, except they're not doing the face-to-face or phone contact. Okay, so let's look at the getting started. What I would do, number one, is set up a VIP program. And what this is this is a special program where you are going to pay out a higher compensation rate to any realtor that signs up for your program. I'll go over more specifics of that later. You want to identify the realtors, and I'm going to show you how to do that through targeting your MLS. You want to then send out an introduction letter to the top 10, and you want to have an introduction phone call to the top 10. Then you want to create an on-site event. Now there's some other things to do in between, but you're more or less going to follow those 5 steps. All right, so 10 ideas for reaching out to realtors. Number one is host a realtor continuing education remodeler office. By far the best way, bar none, to get realtors out to your location. Everyone has to get education each year in order to continue holding their license. Why not host it at your particular location? And of course, then you can hopefully tailor some of those education topics as it relates to remodeling or new homes. Referral network, selling backup homes. If you have salespeople that do not sell backup homes, build a referral network of agents in the area that do. In other words, you scratch my back, I'll scratch yours. Sales presentations at the office meetings, attending an office meeting, it works. It's not the best. It's, that's more traditional, but it is still good to if you have offices out there that will allow you to come in for a, say, Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday morning meeting, where you can, bring in the cookies, the donuts, the coffee, and be able to get a face-to-face. Focus group. This is what I like to do with my top 10. So instead of me going to them and saying, well, look, I've got these homes to sell or these lots to sell, I would say, hey guys, what are you seeing in the marketplace? What are your buyers asking for? Here's something we're thinking about doing. What do you think? What do you see the marketplace is missing? Could we fill it? But really asking them for feedback and giving their opinion. And realtors, of course, have strong egos, and so they love to give their opinion. Candy jars in offices, fill weekly. Hey, that's great. If you want to get out and do the office thing and fill the candy jars and to get in front of them, whatever it takes. All right, number 6, market updates and community updates to realtors. So things that they may not necessarily track, but you could. And if you sell in a large enough neighborhood, you could certainly give neighborhood updates as well. Incentive packages. Any buyer assistance programs you're doing. Why buy now? Any information you have, pass it on to your realtors because they can use that as well for their buyers. Get an office caravan or tour of your new listings. Realtor offices traditionally would go out once a week to look at new listings. Well, they may not go out once a week, but they still go out. And so get yourself on one or more offices list whenever you have a new model or spec home available for sale. Go on tour with the agents, attending broker opens networking events. I have a couple of clients that are doing that right now. Every Tuesday, they go on the MLS, they find the broker opens, they show up in the network. And then number 10, reverse prospecting. You find other realtors that have searched for products like yours on the MLS, and you contact them when you have something new.